Hallo, hier ben ik weer. En vandaag gaan we het hebben dat, ja, dit filmpje is meer dan een jaar oud. Dat is een reuze schedel hebben gevonden op Mars. En dit houden ze voor het publiek verborgen. En misschien leven die reuzen nog. Maar ik geef ze, als het filmpje afgelopen is, geef ik een link onder mijn filmpje over dit kanaal. Want er is heel veel bijzondere, rare dingen gebeuren op Mars. Oude beschavingen. Het is net een sprookjesverhaal. En het is ook een beetje bijbels. Dus als je dit ziet, jongen, dan snap je heel die corona gebeuren. En hoe het eigenlijk werkelijk zit en wie de werkelijke macht heeft. We gaan het filmpje starten.
Another look at Mars, you space detectives out there. Now do go back and watch some of my moon videos that I've done recently. I've got some astonishing finds I found recently that I've put up, and I've recently got this Gigapan site up and running as well. But today we're looking at this set of images here from the Curiosity rover Sol 2635. Okay, and I've got here a lovely Gigapan for you. It's in black and white, like the original images are, but I've got some nice image clips and a new find here, which blew my mind. Okay, in fact, it blew my mind so much I completely forgot to watch the launch of the new Perseverance rover, which was earlier on today. I've been so busy working on this Gigapan. I started on it last night. I did it a while ago, but I've redone it. I've brightened it up. So this isn't completely raw, but it's basically a raw image that's just been brightened up by about 20%. Okay, because on this side of the Gigapan it gets very dark, and often the really cool stuff is in these dark areas of shadow here. And if the image is too dark, you can't see what things are. So I brightened it up and I uploaded it and I thought, oh my God, what is this thing here? A giant Martian cranium without a mandible or jaw, lower jaw here missing. Now, you may struggle to see that straight away, and in fact, it took me a while to get my head around it. So what I did, I took some clips of it, and I made it even brighter, and I stuck it on here, and here it is. This thing is insane. Look at it. Look at that. We have here a giant Martian. Petrified remains of a Martian skull, straight head. Like some of the other ones I found, this is very large. I would say this is somewhere between 14 and 20 inches wide. Similar in size to some others I have shown on my channel, and those that have been following my channel for the last few years would have seen those already. So this is yet another large, very large Martian specimen, and in quite good shape. It's on the top of this ridge. I've got annotations on all this stuff as well. So there is also this thing here, which I showed in the previous video. There are links on all these images and finds in this Gigapan, which you can follow, and it will take you to the video where I first showed it, and it's got a short explanation of it here. Okay, there's another one here. This one was found by Gary Piker. I made a video about this a while back. In May, and this is a reptilian skull. You've got 2 rows of teeth there. This is some kind of dinosaur or herbivore, large herbivore-like creature. This thing here, and you've got a mouth here, and there's the eye. This is the snout coming down here. It's broken off at the back. This part is broken off, so this is completely petrified and turned to stone. Okay, these are very large. This thing here, I would say, is something in the realm of 2 to 3 feet wide or long from one end to the other. This thing here is a bit less. Now let's have a look on the Gigapan and see if we can work out how big this is. Now, using the dinosaur thing or herbivore here as a reference, size reference, I think this is at least 2 feet wide or long, possibly 2.5 or 3. And we go up from here to the top and along, and here it is. It's all marked out for you. I've got annotation here. I will be adding a link to this video that I'm doing right now. After this video is done, I'll be adding the link to this video to this annotation, and more information in the info here, and I only brightened it by about 20%, so it's practically a raw image. This it's just a bit brighter than it came out of the Gigapan software that I was using. Okay, so there's links to the video, various videos here which you can click on as well. So this is just huge, and look at it, it's kind of squarish, but we're not seeing the whole thing, we're only seeing it from a sort of angle here. We're not seeing it from either from one side or completely from the front. We're sort of at an angle here, but we can see two large eye sockets. One here, and one here. There is eye detail in this one. You can see an eye there. You're going closely. So this is partially mummified, it seems. But like many of the others I've found, let's get rid of that a minute. Got an eye there, see? There's eye detail right there. Like many of the others I've found, some of them have still got shriveled eyeball detail and eyelid detail. This one does partly. I didn't actually notice that before. It's got rather a large nose. It sort of comes up like that. Right, you can see that pretty clearly. There's the main eye there. There's the one on the side. Unfortunately, we're not front on, so we can't see it in perfect detail. But there's an eyeball there, hanging out. Of course, the air pressure on Mars is very low, and if you were to take your mask off or helmet, your eyes would pop out, apparently, because the water in your eyes would boil up and push them out. And that wouldn't be very pleasant. But if the air pressure is as low as they say it is on Mars, then how come they've sent a quadcopter drone with the new Perseverance rover? So maybe a skeptical kind of Mars researchers were right all along about the air pressure on Mars. Maybe it is a bit higher than they've been telling us. Maybe it's a lot higher than they've been telling us. I know the drone is very small and light and has 2 or 3 blades on it, propeller blades. So it is possible to fly on the surface of Mars, and I know it's possible to fly on the surface of Mars because there are birds flying around. And if you don't believe me, check out the links at the end of the video. I'll put a couple of clips in as well. There are still things flying around on Mars, so there's still life on Mars. Of course, NASA won't tell you that because people like them and Elon Musk want to send colonies to Mars, and if they were to say that there wasn't life still there, then there would be serious contamination issues from us to them and possibly from them to us, and all that that entails. And that's, I think, the main reason why they're not telling us about past life like this, and not telling us about possible life there now. They keep saying they might find microbial life. Yeah, whatever. They'll probably find some microbes in a rock and say, oh, these died out a million or 2 years ago, or millions of years ago. That's probably what we'll get. Some evidence of dead microbes in a rock that they drilled or something. I don't think they'll ever show us some of these skulls unless there's a major kind of turnover at NASA of personnel at the top, from the top down. Mainly from the top. We're never going to get disclosure from them. So the only way you're going to get it is from channels like mine, I'm afraid. So that's that. So there we are. I mean, what else could it be? This is a giant skull. That's what it is, and that's what I'm saying it is. And anyone who says otherwise is living in a dream world. You can clearly see that this is some kind of humanoid Martian. Got some interesting nose detail in there, coming around like that. Teeth are missing. There do seem to be a couple of teeth here, sort of molars, but the front teeth are knocked out. Although there is some teeth detail here, perhaps, or just root detail. But unfortunately, we don't have a lot of teeth in this one, unlike some of the others I've found, which have quite amazing teeth. I will be showing some clips of those in a minute. do check out the other parts of this image and check out the other things that I've found. Let's just quickly go over them again, just to remind you. I've got clips of some of them down here, but there's a small skull here. I did a video about this a while ago. This is only a few inches, about 3 inches, this one here. Small reptilian skull. There's the very large 2 to 3 feet long, over 2 feet long skull here, which is called the herbivore. And of course we've got this very large skull here. So if this is about 2 or 3 feet long, this is over a foot wide, because this is probably about 10 to 12 feet away from there. So this is big. I wouldn't say it's quite 2 feet wide. I would say about 18 inches, which puts it in the same sort of size bracket as some of the other giants I've found, which if they were walking around would be over 15 feet tall, possibly 18 to 20 feet tall. Okay, which is absolutely insane, I know. But that's going based on human proportions. Now, they may not have had human proportions. They may be much wider and stronger build. They may not have had lean, long limbs like we do. But I suspect they probably did. There's less gravity on Mars, which means you can grow much bigger and make much bigger buildings. You could support much more weight in many ways, not just in your bones and body, but in things that were built. So this thing was very large. I would say 12 to 15 feet in size. Okay. Now others I found are even bigger than this, and were probably nearer to 20 feet, or perhaps even over 20 feet. But I'm going to be a bit conservative here and go with about 12 to 15. Which is, I know, is crazy, but that's the sort of scale we're looking at here. This is a giant. This is not human-sized. So anyone who says this is on Devon Island or in the Arizona desert, no, it bloody well isn't. Okay, this is not human. It's not even like any skull on Earth. Okay, this is way bigger and doesn't resemble a human skull. And when you see the other clips coming up in a minute and look at the teeth very closely, which you should do, look at a dentition. Some of these have shark-like teeth. These are not humans, okay? These were apex predators, these giants on Mars, and were probably eating a lot of smaller people and all sorts of things that we don't even know about, okay? So I'm not joking here. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I've been researching these things for many years and have many examples of these, and some of them even better. This one is very large, but it's probably not the largest. But unfortunately, we don't have the teeth detail in this one that we have in others. But it's the same size and it's the same sort of shape. Very large, wide, robust shape as some of the others I've found. Some of the other giants, okay? So there it is. Have a good hard look at that. Because that is not on Earth, it's on Mars. And if there's any of these still alive, which I somewhat doubt, then there could be serious issues for anyone trying to colonize this planet. I would take a grenade launcher or something similar, not just a rifle, you know. I would take something a little bit more substantial than that to take these out. Because if they're still around, the colonizers may run into some serious problems. And it's possible that there are still some of these underground. Okay, so we've got multiple things here. Please check out my recent moon videos as well. They've all got, the last few have got links to this Gigapan site, and you can zoom right in and look at these things really up close, okay? This is not a drill, okay? But that's what NASA will be doing with the new rover, more drilling, but it has a lot more instruments on board than previous Curiosity rover like this one, as well as a quadcopter drone. So we'll be seeing aerial photography as well as ground photography, hopefully. So this should get really interesting. And if you wonder why so many countries are rushing to Mars, this is the reason why. And this is the reason they're not telling us. Because there were things like this on Mars which would scare the bejesus out of most people. And to be honest, when I spotted this, I thought, oh my God, it's another one. So there we are. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Please share it on social media if you can. See you soon.
Nou, interessant hè? Tot de volgende keer.